For us, every day is a new opportunity to make sure our first impressions are always our best and to see possibilities on the horizon, to make our facilities and services more accessible and find freedom all around us. With a location proximity to active markets, with a liberal air transportation policy, that daily pursuit is how we turn everyday opportunities for you. For all destination marketing support, customized packages for new existing airlines and operators, and for a highly ranked tourist destination, the Gambia Civil Aviation Authority is here to serve. We regulate air transport, operate and manage BIA technical requirements merged with commercial considerations. We have experienced and well-trained aviation professionals to cater for your needs. For investment opportunities in building airport hotels, shopping malls, playground for children, do contact us on 4472-831, 4472-893. Gambia Civil Aviation Authority. We go beyond daily.
Stewart & Co. Solicitors, a legal excellence firm in London that can help you with all aspects of your legal work. If you are looking at immigrating to the United Kingdom, Stewart & Co. can help you to set up business, buy houses in the UK, and will deal with all your legal works from start to finish.
For all your general immigration work, we can help you with that as well. If you're applying for any form of visa, whether student visas, settlement visas, marriage visas, or a child wanting to come to the United Kingdom to settle with the family, we can help you to achieve your goals.
Stewart & Co. Solicitors, a legal excellence firm specializing in conveyancing, immigration, litigation, family law, personal injury, licensing, no win, no fee. Contact us today at www.sk-solicitors.com.
And do small or big projects with the same dedication and commitment as we do. With a reputation as the leading printing company in the country, when it comes to major projects and innovative solutions, we always deliver in high quality, thus receiving the trust and confidence of our clients. From the moment your order is placed to when it is delivered, we believe in exceeding expectations from the sales manager to the production team, the account manager, and the person delivering your material. We have state-of-the-art equipment and a highly experienced and competent workforce that enables us to deliver top-quality work on time. At reasonable prices, we provide our clients with multiple solutions right from conceptualizing, designing, printing, binding, publishing, and distribution. For all your printing requirements, we are strategically located at the Sankumsila Highway, the Gambia Printing and Publishing Corporation. We print what you desire.
Introducing Gamtel Corporate Internet for home use. See who everyone at home can be online at the same time and for less than you think.
Now daddy can be home early and mommy and dad with the family can all have fun together.
You can now complete your work at home with our stable, secured and super fast home broadband fixed wireless internet.
Home internet couldn't be faster.
Download, stream videos, research, play games, learn online and work from the comfort of your home.
You can do with the internet.
Join Gamtel Sihu today and enjoy the fastest home wireless broadband internet at an affordable monthly subscription.
Gamtel, creating a brighter future in communications.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Kerr Fatou. Tonight with us, we have members of the Gamtel management team. As you know, Gamtel is the national telecommunications company, and you know, telecommunication is something that everyone is passionate about, especially in this day and age. And there have been a lot of conversations going around, you know, about the internet especially. We also saw that Gamtel, Gambia government did issue a cabinet paper on Gamtel, Gamcell issues. You know, Gamtel is the 100% owner of Gamcell, and Gamtel is like a Gamtel investment. So that cabinet paper is something that we will want to know the management's reaction to that. But of course, their products and services, 1984 to 1996, this company has been the main telecommunications company. In fact, in the sub-region, it was one of the best in the sub-region. But over time, things change. What really happened? Why the change? And why, since then, Gamtel has not been able to regain that lost glory? Gentlemen, welcome to the program. With me, I have my boss, Ramo and Mustafa. Ramo is the Director of Customer Services, Gamtel, and Mustafa is the Senior Marketing Manager, Gamtel. Welcome to Kerr Fatou, Ramo, for the first time.
Thank you, Fatou.
Coming up on Kerr Fatou.
Gamtel evolving from analog to
Digital.
just voice to data.
Data, yes.
And then when we talk about data, we talk about all the services you mentioned, the DSLs and the fiber.
Yes.
So, but why is the common Gambian not feeling that impact? For example, when it comes to the data service, Gamtel being the national carrier, we still find data very expensive in the country.
In communication, connectivity is everything. We ensure that the links never sleep. Quantities and qualities, all in our data service, providing efficient, reliable voice and data service. We believe if you're not up to speed, then you're going backwards. Communications have to flow as fast as the speed of light. Whatever business you're in, having someone who understands your needs is critical. That is why we just don't offer you technology, we offer you solutions. Enjoy Gamtel's internet broadband anytime, anywhere. Your national operator, Gamtel, Yaibaram.
And only Gamtel, you know, for the past since 1984, this company has been the biggest company in telecommunications in the sub-region. But since 1994 up to date, the company has lost that statue. And a lot of people said, when will we get that the statue again back in Gamtel?
Thank you, Fatou, and welcome to the show. I think that is very important. Gamtel needs to come back. Gamtel needs to be revived because, as you said, from 1984, being one of the best companies in the sub-region, and at some point, maybe 20 years ago, you lost that glory. But then 20 years is a long time. So Gamtel they need to do a lot of restructuring or a lot of looking back so that they can come back and know what they need to do, what they need to work on. And then you've talked about how they've been perceived as a technical, providing technical support, and then their customer service. Customer service with Gamtel now, Fatou, definitely. I think the lost glory has taken their customer services along with them. Because I remember having to dial 151 all the time, and I was always excited to dial 151 because I would get to speak to somebody and I would be asking about all these telephone numbers. But off late, you would dial 151, it's either no one picks up, or when they pick up, you ask for a number, they'll say, hold on. You can be on hold for the longest time to the point that you would actually give up and hang up. Or if you happen to speak to somebody, they'll tell you, we don't have the number. So I think having the personnel here from customer service and marketing, they would definitely be in a position to explain better why that is actually happening. What is going on with Gamtel, Tajo?
Tajo, of course, Gamtel, you know, just like I said, this is a company. I worked with Gamtel for 9 years. And during that period, I know we had done a lot to change the perspective. Because beginning, I remember when we went to Gamtel, the time I went there, then she was in Gamtel and he was also in Gamtel. When we went there, it was more about, you know, the technicians were driving the thing. It was more about a technical company. And for us, it was, let's change that. Let's go more about, let's be in the media. Let's be on the billboards. Let's do all of this. And it started, and some time ago, it changed. And again, it started again. So sometimes you're like, what is going on? Is it a management issue? Is it about, you know, is it because they don't have the finances? There is something going on with Gamtel that we don't seem to know what it is?
I think they definitely do have the finances, but obviously we all know what happened with the past administration.
Yeah.
And I like to agree with Oli here. I think what Gamtel needs is restructuring and repositioning, which is exactly what probably government is trying to do with the policy that they're trying to come up with. I'm not sure if they want to talk about it, but I think that is exactly what they need, restructuring and repositioning.
Restructuring and reposition.
Yes.
Well, first and foremost, where I want to start is, just like I said in my opening, from 1984 to 1996, Gamtel has been the leading company in the sub-region. But and later on you lost that glory. What is the company's position right now as we speak?
Well, thank you very much, Fatou. Thank you, Oli and Sajo. It's very nice being here. But I think it is a good opportunity to come here and speak to you about the current position of Gamtel as we speak. Because there is a lot of, perception that needs to be changed. The reason being, there are issues that are going around with Gamtel that people don't know, and I agree we need to come out and communicate more so that people understand what we are doing. Right now, if you talk about Gamtel's lost glory, it's a very common, saying that, everybody talks about where we were in 1994. But if you look at what Gamtel was doing, you remember it was during the analog time. It was not even digital.
Yeah.
We started with the Strauger exchange, going into the digital exchange, into where we were today. And those lost glory which we were talking about, it was during the time when Gamtel was offering only voice. Today, Gamtel has evolved. We are offering voice, we are offering data. And 80% of our revenue today is more to do with data than voice. So there is an evolution happening right now. And, just to touch on where Oli talked about 151, it is all part of the evolution, because yesterday people, the mobile network was not around. People were using landlines, and there were no means of storing your numbers into your mobile phones. But today, you go with your mobile phones. In fact, you don't need much to do with 151. And what happened is 151 has been merged with 131, 121, 131 fault reporting and other services, 130 on Gamtel into a unique contact center, and that is 111. If you call 111, you should be able to get the same people doing the same service. But that service, I could say it is 0.01% when it comes to the people asking for it. But what we do know is now the contact center the services rendered from the contact center is just bigger than sitting there and waiting for somebody to ask you what is Mr. X or Mr. Y's number. They've gone beyond that. Because most of our service, if you look at our product portfolio today, is bigger than what it was 20 years ago. And as I said, that time we were just offering voice, simple voice. But today we are offering different kind of different products in our portfolio. And I can name the fiber is one, ADSL, we are offering tower, we are offering CDMA, that's the 3G which was launched during your time. And there are many more products that we are currently selling to our customers. And I think these are the areas and these are the challenges. Our portfolio is getting bigger. And if you look at our financial resources also, it's not commensurating the activities that we are doing. And to say that Gamtel is not, Gamtel is almost turning around. Because if you look at 2016, for the first time, Gamtel was in red until 2016. 2017, 2018, we are making profit. We are not in a loss-making situation anymore. moving from 2016 today.
So I want to take that to another dimension. You talked about a very important point, Gamtel evolving from analog to
Digital.
Just voice to data.
Data, yes.
And then when we talk about data, we talk about all the services you mentioned, the DSLs and the fiber.
Yes.
So, but why is the common Gambian not feeling that impact? For example, when it comes to the data service, Gamtel being the national carrier, we still find data very expensive in the country, and everybody is not covered. And do we even have the right infrastructure in place to be able to cover the entire country? This is one of the things we're worried about. And two, Gamtel's biggest investment is the GSM Gamcell, which is in a very, very interesting situation.
Yes.
The network is not very good. Coverages are not very strong. So when you say Gamtel has evolved, yes, Gamtel has made investments, but these investments, are they being felt directly by the common Gambian?
Yes, indeed. They are being felt by the common Gambian, and they are being felt by the business people. Fatou, if I give you an example of the scope of work Gamtel is doing today, I think you will appreciate more the role of Gamtel, or the role Gamtel is playing in our society. Today, if you talk about, I would just give you the infrastructure that we provide to businesses. If you look at today, I will give the GSM operators as an example. We are providing them with fiber to the cabinet. Because what happened is most of them, in fact all of them, we are providing them with fiber to their cell sites or fiber to the base station. What that means is that we are backhauling their services so that they could be able to transport the data that they have to their various customers. You can be able to be in any of the networks and be able to use data the way you want it, thanks to the dark fiber that we provide for them to backhaul their services. That is something that most of the operators cannot do without. Because if you look at today, the competition is about broadband, it's about fast internet, it's about speed. And you need fiber to be able to transport the information that you have to your customers. So in that essence, customers are able to enjoy, for example, 4G services of the other network, thanks to the backhauling that Gamtel provides for them. That is one very important service that we are doing. We did not do that over 20 years ago. Today, if you go to NAWEC, I will quote NAWEC, we are providing fiber to their point of sales, their POS. That is why today customers have uninterruptible service trying to purchase their cash powers. That service is being provided by Gamtel. We're providing them with point-to-point solutions, and almost across the length and breadth of the country, up to Fatoto, we are providing them with fiber to be able to operate cash power to their customers. And today, I will mention, if you look at the banks today, the competition in the banks is about, how fast would you be able to get your cash from an ATM? Fatou, we are providing fiber to the ATMs. All the ATMs that you, except for one bank, all the ATMs that you're seeing, we are providing fiber to the ATMs. We are providing VPN to the different banks so that they will be able to do the banking solutions. And that is being provided by Gamtel. And not only to mention that there are some businesses that we have built a separate infrastructure for them, similar to what we have. Remember, we have a very, our technical team is very strong. We have a very strong technical team because they've been here for quite a long time, and we are creating support for most of the other operators and other businesses. But for us as Gamtel, we don't see other businesses as our competitor. We see them as a partner because we are the ones providing them with the infrastructure for them to be able to do their business. This is just a breakdown of what we do. But to be quite honest, it's beyond that.
Okay, that's actually where I was coming at. You guys don't see them as competitors. You guys would provide the backhaul. You guys are doing the fiber. So pretty much you guys are supporting like all the other GSMs. Gamtel should not even be in competition with these other GSMs. Gamtel should be way ahead, and they are not. So if Gamtel, as the parent body for Gamcell, is doing all of this for the other, telecommunications, and they come out.
I don't think I don't think it is fair to say they are not.
They're not today number one in terms of communications. When we talk about GSM in Gambia, Gamtel is definitely Gamcell is not number one. So if Gamtel, as the parent body of Gamcell, is providing all these excellent and fantastic services to these other institutions, Gamcell should not even be in competition with those other. Gamcell should be way ahead. So why
truly speaking, and I think I think you've made a very good point, because I think I am also in a good position to talk about Gamcell, because I have served at the level up to the level of a deputy general manager. So the point is, I think you're right. People will wonder, why shouldn't Gamcell be number one when Gamtel has all this mighty technological capability? I would say mighty technological capabilities. You would just understand that maybe these are issues beyond them. You remember the factors that led to where Gamcell is not maybe one, it's not maybe two, it's not maybe three. When we want to talk about that, maybe it may take us, longer than the program to do. But what I can tell you is that this demonstrates that Gamtel is very fair in the way that it treats all the different service providers in the country. So that is what I can tell you on that.
And I just want to talk to the gentleman here regarding the technical aspect. Like you said, you guys are doing good when it comes to technology. But in this world of modern technology, in this world of Huawei, like the giant players in telecommunications and all of that, I want to know, what are the technological challenges that Gamtel is faced with?
Thank you very much. Gamtel, as we know, is the main technological company in terms of telecom in this country. And we have products and services, but we understand that there are challenges, that the company is faced with in terms of coverage for some of our services. Like if you look at the fiber, before fiber was like point to point, which is buried underground, and digging underground takes time. So to get to certain areas by providing fiber internet, has been an issue. But since the NBN has now been completed, and then we intend to launch that product in this month, that will help us cover areas that have not been covered before. Like you look at the new settlements, we all know the individual development, people are building everywhere. So we are also trying to catch up with those areas that people are going in now to settle down, to provide them services. Like if you look at the tower services, covers areas that are not been covered before. There are areas that before you will never think of that you can get internet in those areas. You look at the Nemassos, that's where I live. You look at the Brufoods, you look at the coastal belt. Now it's all covered. We either provide one product or one service or the other. If this product is not feasible, there is a substitute product that can do the same thing. We have Tower. Tower is a 4G technology. It's available in the coastal belt. We have fiber, which is countrywide. Okay. We have ADSL, but ADSL is limited. But in areas that is covered, it's a very good, product that provide internet services for our customers. So in essence, we are telling you that we have a countrywide coverage, depending on which of the services that you want from Gamtel. And as my boss said, our engineers has been working on these telecoms for years. And if you look at Gambia today, we provide internet service for all the businesses, either directly or indirectly. By saying indirectly, we give them backhauling, and they provide to their to their customers, or we Gamtel connect our customers directly. So in essence, we are the giants within the telecoms industry. And we can say we are the mothers to all the telecom providers in the country.
And I just want to add to what Mustafa is saying in terms of the telecommunications infrastructure. Because if you look at today from ACE, at the level of ACE, you have all the operators and the ISPs having their own gateways at ACE. Yeah. And then, because at the level of ACE, from the level of ACE, you have the level, or the next level is the ECO1. Local backbone. With the ECO1, it's an infrastructure that is being managed by Gamtel. But addition to the ECO1 today, we have also commissioned the NBN, the National Broadband Network. And I think the National Broadband Network, the ECO1 and the ACE, we can say that in terms of infrastructure, we would not say we are number one or number two, but we can compete with any modern country with on infrastructure, because fiber today is where the world is going, and we have full coverage. I could say full coverage on fiber, because when the ECO1 was launched, NBN comes in to complement where ECO1 stopped as the last mile connectivity. Okay. That is why today, very soon, when we launch the NBN services called G-Fiber, we will be able to provide FTTH, which is fiber to the homes, fiber to the business, and fiber to the cabinets. Yes. All this as a last mile solution. Because last mile solution, you ask a very important question. How is it going to impact on the customers? Yeah. Once the last mile solution, the internet reaches to the customers, then customers can fully benefit. The benefits of ACE, the benefit of ECO1, and the benefit of NBN.
So that brings me to this question. Gamtel, I know that like he and you have mentioned, provides the infrastructure for all the GSM operators and also the ISPs, all the internet service providers in the country, and they resell most of them.
No. They have their own infrastructure.
They have their infrastructure.
What we sell to them is the dark fiber,
yes,
which they would use to backhaul their traffic to tow and fro from their customers to their base stations.
So is Gamtel, what I'm trying to say here, is Gamtel concentrating more on the ISPs and the big corporations to the expense of us, the little customer? Because I know Gamtel had got fiber for the past years, yes, way back in 2010, I don't know, 2012, way back. But it was more of deployed to businesses. And at the end of the day, the ordinary customer wouldn't know this, because if you are in the system, Gamtel is doing a lot of businesses to these corporations, all these major. At some point, there were companies that will not even trust using any services in the country, but they would trust to use Gamtel fiber because they know it was the most reliable. Yes. But Gamtel was giving fiber to all these businesses, but the ordinary Gambians were not feeling it. And that's why up to date, we feel like Gamtel has still lost it. We have not got, because internet is expensive, data is expensive, and Gamcell, the GSM that is owned by Gamtel, no good coverage.
Fatou, I think you've made a very good point here. The fiber that we had prior to the coming of the NBN is what we call point-to-point solution. What you mean point-to-point solution is a symmetric connection, which is, well, I can say, a bandwidth that is not shared. That is what we mean by symmetric connection. Okay. It is not shared, it is a point. For example, you want fiber, I will come and dig the ground from maybe the closest manhole, maybe just opposite you at GNPC, for example, and then we lay fiber across up to you. And that is a very expensive service. You can research and you will know what I'm talking about. Point-to-point solution is a very expensive solution. That is why we have brought the NBN. I said bringing fiber closer to the customers, closer to the home. In fact, the NBN, the essence of the NBN is about FTTH, fiber to the homes. Because with that, you could get fiber and still it would be very cheap. Right now, some of you have been exposed to our tariff, and people are saying, what is happening? Yeah. Because fiber is known to be expensive. In fact, if they tell you how much a meter of fiber cost, you're talking about in dollars. 1 kilometer of fiber stretch is about $14,000. So you can imagine that fiber is not a cheap product. But when we roll out NBN, what is done is that we go aerial, and then this fiber is sliced into pieces, depending on the capacity that is being offered to the customer. So what that means is that you are able to provide fiber more cost-effective to the customer. But the point-to-point solution, we're still providing it, and it's not GPON. It's what we call our point-to-point solution. That one is reasonable, but still expensive compared to the fiber to the homes.
I think Fatou, to add on to what Ramon has said, the NBN is here to reach to our home users. Before, the fiber was only meant for corporate institutions, as we know, but the NBN is for fiber to the homes, and I think you can some people can see the changes in that we are now going to the homes, and during the pilot projects, some of the customers were connected, and we are still connecting few customers to test and see which whether we have issues that need to be addressed. But after launching the NBN, we will start going directly to individual homes, and as Lamu said, the tariff is cheaper compared to what it used to be before. Fiber used to be very expensive, but now it can compete any other products in the market in terms of prices. And the coverage has been expanded because it's aerial now, so you don't have to dig to, for a long road. But what you do is to use the poles and then aerial to the individual homes.
And even the digging, the reason why it is expensive is the civil works. Yeah. The civil works is extremely expensive because sometimes we outsource for laborers to dig, and then pipes are put on the ground.
Why do we have to outsource for laborers?
Knowing the rate of unemployment in the country.
Well, you have to do that. Our core business is not in digging, but providing telecom service.
So when you outsource, do you outsource outside of the Gambia?
No, it's ordinary Gambians.
Because people have been complaining a lot that Gamtel, when they do their digging and that whole outsourcing, they bring a lot of non-Gambians to do that, considering the rate of unemployment.
And it's not in this case.
And actually,
it's not in this case. I think for point of correction, the project was handled by Huawei.
Yes.
They brought in their own people. But for Gamtel, we employ our own citizens to do the digging. In fact, it could be just 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers. Where would you go and get people in another country to dig 2 kilometers?
It's good that that's clarified.
Definitely, that project was not. It was done by an outsider. It's their project. They have their foreign offices and they have their foreign staffs. And if need be, they will bring it. I'm not speaking for them, but I'm telling you that Gamtel did not do that.
So I think I want to make a clarification here, because I did a documentary for Gamtel.
I wanted to
I did a documentary for Gamtel on the NBN project, and we went outside to see what they were doing, and we went to the digging side, and the consultant we spoke to In fact, I saw a post someone else made, which I will reference as well. The consultant, there were so many Senegalese there. There were 1 or 2 Gambians. And when we spoke to the consultant and said, why are there so many foreign people here? It's like, oh, we brought a lot of Gambians here. But when they started digging one day, half day, they said it's lunchtime, I'm going, and they never came back. So this was something, in fact, we captured in the document because it was important. And I think some of us sometimes, these local jobs, we I don't know how to
we don't want to do.
We don't want to do it, but that was something. And I also saw someone made a post like that, making same reference to what he was told when he went to on site when the Senegalese were working. So those things are very important. In as much as we want to give jobs to our people, also sometimes some of us, we don't want to do some of these jobs. So we'll take our first commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk about the NBN project itself. When is it going to be launched? And what does the honorary government stand to benefit? Of course, the tariffs, but also if Gamtel launches the fiber, are they killing other products like the ADSL and or the services? These are important projects as well, so that the government has invested a lot of money on. So when we come back, we'll talk about all of that.
Coming up on Kerr Fatou.
When you analyze the industry, you look at the macro environmental issues, the political issues impact on businesses. And everybody stands now and say 22 years of, XYZ, and you think it did not affect Gamtel as a company?
sam pap dee na déedéet daf ma yónni woon ma joué ko bii waaw yàlla def mu gagné jàppoon $100,000 la
laa ilaha illallah
te yow xam nga ne sama papa dafa amee cardiaque
yow da ngaa dof yow xam nga luy $100,000
xam naa ko kay man naa lu ñoo bëggoon nga dimbali ci
demal na nga def damaa toog rek sama xel mi ne ci yow xam nga bërki démb li daal si benn waay fee waaw ma romb ko rek bërki démb muy yuux di tëb ma ni kii lu ko dal ñu ne ma daal ci loto gaming Gambie bi la laal
jar na ko
laal na ci lu di waaw
nga dafa am quarté am kente am tiercé waaw maanaam nag tey jii kente bi la te jackpot bee passé xaalis
kente mooy lan
kente maanaam mooy juróomi fas yi
waaw beneen bi
am na quarté mooy ñeenti fas yi ak tiercé tey nag xaalis bi daa gën a yokk
lu tax
ndax jackpot bële dañ kaa tegaat ci bii maanaam juróomi fas yi boo ko jàppee ci ordre mooy risque nga désordre bi sax day fay bu ma ko jàppoon
yooyu moom noonu la demee da ngay dem rek jouer
am na lu ma yaakaar
gis naa seen kii yi keesku yu ndaw yi ci biir dëkk bi mais daal dama ni lii moom amul xaalis da nga ciy def sa xaalis te doo am
jël wecce rek sànni ko fa xool jëmbat la laa ilaha illallah yow li nga wax ni tey ji bu yàlla dogaloon ma gañe ko lu mu gàtt
fi mu toll nii boo gañe woon $100,000
waaw nu may def
waaw nooy def
xam nga yow sama xarit nga
waaw
damay fexe nga rey say noonu
ci nan
lu mu gàtt $50,000
waay
Thierno woowee l'ambulance
lan la lu xew ni
sa baay gay dee na
sama papa gay lu ko rey
$100,000 laa ne ko boo ma gàññaloon si li ma la yónni dama ko koy jox mu daanu nii sama kaw
man waxuma ko mu waxee woon la ko noonu yow la ko waroon informé ndax yow yaa ko gagné yaa gagné jàppoon.
Dreaming of owning a property in a prime location with great proximity and fantastic neighborhood? EJ Investments Sanyang Seaview Estate is the best choice you have been waiting for. Our Sanyang Seaview Estate is approximately 15 minutes drive away from the busy hub of Brusubi roundabout and into the heart of nature, where you can have a peaceful and relaxed lifestyle with your family. You can buy a finished 4-bedroom story with 5-year flexible payment plan or a service plot with 2-year payment plan option. With over 300 homes, you will enjoy big tar roads with covered drainage, modern electrification with solar street lights, gated entrance with security post, and a breath-catching experience of our beautiful sea view and lake view. You can own a home today at our Sanyang Seaview Estate. Call us today on 446-4838 or 325-9220. Visit our website on ejinvestments.net. EJ Investments, first in property.
Effective January 1st, 2019, the Gambia Revenue Authority, in consultation with the Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs, have now effectively removed charges on tax identification number TIN. Yes, no more charges on TIN. This means you can now walk into any GRA tax office and obtain a tin free of charge. Not only that, the new tin has improved features and appearing this time not on a hard copy but in a simpler A3 size copy. Application for a tin remains the same, and all you need to do is to provide your national ID card, passport copy or a birth certificate to obtain one. Applicants are urged to apply in person or give written authority to representatives or people processing their applications on their behalf, and avoid using agents. Rush now to any GRA office to get your tin at absolutely no cost. GRA, collecting revenue for national development.
Every young Gambian dreams of a university degree. He wants a good paying job after graduation, a pretty wife, and ultimately own a dream home.
What if I can't afford my desired dream home?
And that is why you need to visit Universal Properties.
We specialize in customer satisfaction. We listen to every of our clients' needs when we show the properties to our client. Before you know it, you hear the client saying,
I like this house.
This is the room that cuts my heart.
And most of the time, they cling to the door, never to let go. Most clients want to close the deal right there. And that is why we always have their contracts in the trunk of our cars. We work at our client's pace. No haggle, no hassle.
We're waiting for you at our office in Caraba Avenue here in the Gambia.
Have you run out of cash power? Do you want to transfer funds to your family? Or do you want salary advance without coming to the bank? Your banking services have just been brought to you on your mobile phone. Download and install from your App Store or Google Play Trust Bank's mobile app. Simply search for TBL mobile app and follow the instructions. You can access the following services: funds transfer, cash power purchase, forex rates enquiries, mobile airtime top-up, mini statement, balance enquiry. TBL app is the only app that allows you to take salary advance and many more. You can also interact with your customers using our USSD code by dialing *533#. At Trust Bank, we bring innovation that is useful to you, our valued customer. With our mobile app and USSD, banking is at your fingertips. Trust Bank Limited, proudly Gambian.
In communication, connectivity is everything. We ensure that the links never sleep. Quantities and qualities, all in our data service, providing efficient, reliable voice and data service. We believe if you're not up to speed, then you're going backwards. Communications have to flow as fast as the speed of light. Whatever business you're in, having someone who understands your needs is critical. That is why we just don't offer you technology, we offer you solutions. Enjoy Gamtel's internet broadband anytime, anywhere. Your national operator, Gamtel, Yaibaram.
Welcome back to part 2 of this interview. I think what we did in the first part was to look at some of the challenges and what Gamtel has been doing for the past couple of years. But it's important to note that the launching of the NBN, if successfully launched, might just change the face of data in this country. Gambia government, since when it came over in partnership with I think Huawei, this rollout, this multi-million-dollar project. In fact, when it first came, there was some argument because what happened was the government was in such a hurry that they approved the project without even going to the National Assembly. But somebody like me, I was like, at that point, I'm not bothered because this is just changing. This is going to change the face of the country. Laying fiber throughout the country is very important, and some of it's not just going to be for us. For example, hospitals in Basse can be communicating to hospitals in Banjul through fiber. That is when it's properly rolled. But how ready is Gamtel to roll out this project is the main issue side.
Yeah, I think I really like to agree. Gambia is poised for a digital revolution.
Yeah.
And this is something that is needed, like it's necessary. Yeah. We're in a digitalized world. In a time where electronic commerce is booming, you know, e-governments to say. So I think internet is something that is definitely a necessity. It's really needed in this country.
Only.
Yes, I mean, definitely we're in modern world. Technology has definitely evolved. But then Gamtel, like with them rolling out the fiber and everything, all these things are great. When we hear about all these things, we get excited. But how effective is it going to be? Because Gambia, we have a problem. We have it's way better now, but we have an electricity problem. Internet, we believe with the fiber, of course, it would be great.
They also say we are good at launching things.
Exactly,
but
we're good at launching things, and it would actually never kick off. It's just a matter of having the whole event, and then nothing really happens after that. So how prepared are Gamtel in terms of once you roll out this fiber in the whole country? I hope we would not have any issues of internet anymore, but the main key here for me is how affordable will internet connection be for the average Gambian?
Well, I think I will answer your last question, affordability. I think that is already known because the tariff is out and people are really excited. And in fact, some of them are telling us, and then I said, well, I don't think we will do that, because what we have done is that when we were doing our pricing strategies, we looked at a lot of, we put a lot of things into consideration, the income level of ordinary Gambians, the fact that the project is a Gambian project, we all have to benefit from it, and the fact that internet has now become, you know, like a daily bread of customers. In fact, we are seeing a different kind of customers, very impatient. They want to ask for it now and have it the next minute. This is the kind of customers we are dealing with at the moment. We are aware of that. And the fact that we have been, as you said, we are coming from a very difficult past. The 22 years did not only affect, you know, the ordinary Gambian, it affected the businesses, and Gamtel is no exception. So that being the case, I think it is because of a strong management that is why we are able to survive this until here. And talking about, despite all those challenges, we are able to come out, you know, and deliver services that are game changers, because the NBN is truly going to be a game changer. It is going to transform the entire Gambian business landscape. When I say that, I mean in terms of government. You touch on the government initiatives, the e-health, e-agriculture, e-learning, e-judiciary, you name it. All these things will be impacted by the use of the fiber. And today, I did not mention the project under the Ministry of Information and Communication, where we are connecting the ministries, the departments and agencies into, you know, a separate LAN, local area network, that they could be able to do things they want to do. So these are the issues that we are doing. So Gamtel truly has the capability to transform Gamtel and contribute positively into the ICT landscape. Now, I just wanted to touch on how it would impact. Today, you're enjoying fiber in your homes.
Yeah.
3 months ago or one year ago, you did not even think about having to enjoy a 10 meg capacity at 2,500. When I moved from Cell to Gamtel in 2016, I have changed the tariff around about 3 times. I have found the tariff to be extremely expensive.
Yeah.
With the support of our management and the MD, we were able to make a case to reduce the tariff by 50%. And that was what we did on the point-to-point. Our customers appreciated it because they had no choice. Fiber was the only solution which was okay for them in terms of what they were doing, like the banks and all whatnot. And today, we have even reduced the tariff. And I think during the time that you were there, the fiber was about 20,000 per meg.
Yeah.
A single meg was 20,000 for the lease line point-to-point solution.
Yeah.
And then we made some discounts or reviewed the tariff based on the competitive benchmarking that we did and understand the situation on the ground. We reduced it further to about, I think, 15,000. Today you are talking about 9,000, from 20,000 to 9,000. And I think most of our business customers who use point-to-point appreciate the discount that we have given them. ADSL, we found it, we have also reduced it. Today you can purchase a meg at $1,500. And I think when we started, it was about 2000, 2005. So I think we are coming from being very expensive to expensive and now to be reasonable. This is where we are affordable in terms of, and we would not stop there because Fatou, we are Gambian by birth.
You get the chip?
I mean Gamtel. We're not, we would not like to compromise quality. Telecommunication is not cheap. But we want to make sure that it is affordable for Gambians and non-Gambians resident here to enjoy the internet revolution and to do things well. Today, most of you are you're seeing business growth. It's as a result of the phenomenal changes in the internet. Without internet, you guys will not be able to do what you do online. Yeah. And there are a lot of, sometimes when you, online, you get the impact of a very good internet service more in the lead. There are some countries, even when they want to participate in the internet, as what we are doing, it would be difficult. Yeah. Because it is not as cheap as they would. And I can tell you, the last benchmarking we did was in, was it 3 months? Yeah. When we were developing the NBN tariff. We benchmarked across all the service providers, and our tariff was more competitive than the rest.
So actually, Fatou, I just wanted to ask: would then the fiber, Madure, this ADSL?
No.
Fatou has moved.
That is.
A lot of people
I am coming to that.
So that's what I wanted to comment. Let me come here. Let me just like. I want to talk about that. For example, that is a very important point that I wanted to comment. The fiber is next to nothing right now. I was next to nothing right now.
Because it's fiber, yes.
Yes. We were, for example, we were on another network, not totally Gamtel, because Gamtel was not available here. We were paying close to 16,000 a month for our internet, for 4 meg. And when we had fiber, we had half of it. That's what we were paying for 20 meg.
And for 20 meg capacity, 5 times. And this was the promise. You remember when you interviewed us?
Yeah.
We said, when we come, we will give you more capacity for less. Go back to the tapes.
Yes.
And we did honor our promise,
and
Fatou.
We appreciate that.
And what I want to tell you is that with my team, I believe we don't like to say we are professional, but we know we are marketing experts at least. But what we understand also, we understand the dilemma fully well, and we are making sure that no one product within our product portfolio cannibalizes the other.
That's what I'm
saying. It's not going to happen.
Looking at Gamtel's way of doing things, from CDMA, the CDMA was a data service, is there. And then
the CDMA, Fatou, I would not want to say it's not dead, and I am not here to promote.
It's not dead, it's in coma.
And it's not in coma anyway.
Okay.
What happened is that, you know, there are some of the technologies, when they come to life, there is what we call technology life cycle, just like what you have product life cycle. They have life, they grow, they get into maturity, and they die. Sometimes their death would be natural, sometimes it could be man-made. For example, accident. For example, and what we could say man-made is, for example, if you do not have the right marketing skills to be able to manage the product portfolio properly. I have a team of experts in marketing, excluding myself. I don't want to praise myself, but I know that we are looking into all this issue. We have a department, a unit called product development, and we do research, and we make sure that we follow what is happening in the industry, but also we try to understand and anticipate the needs of our customers in time. I can tell you that there are customers today. I'll give you a typical example. Maybe when I'm saying it, somebody will say, when I asked this guy, he was so paid for fiber, but the distance was, you know, about 28 to 30 spans. And these are, when the distance is too long, we do not want to undertake that because we do not want to compromise quality. We could do two things. We can make sure that we have a mini project and bring in what we call FAT, is the another distribution point, so that it would shorten the number of spans that would be needed for the customer to be connected. But if you look at the ADSL today, we have a new tariff that is coming on, which is, you know, part of our strategy to make sure that we create a balance within our portfolio. Nobody, I was telling one of my, there is this Mandinka proverb, exactly. So to explain fully well what I mean.
Yeah.
But in that, when we come out with this tariff, people will prefer to stay where they are, because what happened is ADSL is a service that runs on the copper network. Yes, that is why you utilize telephone. If you have telephone lines in your house, why would you can as well ask them, and they will connect you within minutes. Fiber runs on a fiber network. You have two kind of whether it is copper or fiber. So these are the two different products that you could use to create broadband services.
So my main problem with Gamtel, I have said this, in fact, last week I was screaming in my room. I was like, I need to do a live video for Gamtel, because I know how much I spend on internet.
You are enjoying.
On an average, every month I spend nothing less than $35,000 on internet.
In fact, it's not only spending. You can spend, but the fact that I am giving you more capacity than what you have been paying for,
yes,
and I am giving it to you at less cost.
So that is good. I love the service. The fiber is good. The fiber is good.
No, it is cheap.
It's reliable, and it's fast. All of that I can co-sign. It's fast. It's cheap. It's reliable.
Thank you.
It's the speed is super.
Yes.
But the customer service.
The
customer service. Your system is down. You call Gamtel before they come. It's 48 hours.
I think before we go to
customer service,
the customer service, I want to throw some lights on the product cannibalization of each other.
Yeah, I think
like when you look at the products, we have 3 different major data products. And in looking at that, we are segmenting, you know, the products in various segments. You look at it, there are people who might not be able to, you know, afford the fiber for 2,500, but they can get the 4 meg or the 6 meg or the 8 meg of ADSL for 1,500, or the tower for maybe $2,000. So you look at people have different incomes.
You mentioning the nice things we have for our ADSL customers.
People have different disposable incomes. And if you are happy, there are others, what they need internet for is to make sure they get the required bandwidth. And why do you want to move if you can if the ADSL can provide what the fiber can provide for you?
Fiber's faster.
Like, it's faster, but the need it depends on the need, or it depends on the capacity that you have on that. People who are on ADSL, most of them, you want them to move to fiber, they will tell you no. Because I'm happy on the ADSL what I have.
I have even seen those customers, when they ask me what is the cost of the fiber, and I explain, they say, oh, let me stay here. I said, okay, we are also reviewing the tariff again for ADSL further, and I'm sure you will be happy where you are. And I'm sure don't be worried too much on the issues about cannibalization. It's something that we have been talking about for more than 6 months. It has been a headache. It has been something that we did research on it, and we understand our portfolio, the 4 meg portfolio, constitute about 80% of our customer base on ADSL. And what our customers do most is they want to watch Netflix and other, football.
Streaming services.
They stream a lot. And if you look at 1 to 3, with those services, it buffers. But as soon as you are on 4 meg, and you are okay. That is why if you look at our tariff, it was by design that we have 80% of our customers falling into that profile, because we make sure that we reduce the 4 meg to become very reasonable, 2,700 I think, and $50. People find it extremely reasonable for 4 megs. That was why the people have to get into the 4 meg because of the things that they would do. What we do about internet is upload and download, nothing else.
But what was your response like in terms of the fiber?
I still want to come to the customer service bit.
Like I said, that one I would be happy to tell you what we are doing.
For me, I'm really happy with the services right now. I'm a very happy customer because considering I do a lot of live streaming in my office, but also at home. I used to have ADSL. I was not able to live stream with the camera at home. But now with my $2,500, I have 10 megs at home, which is superb. I can live stream. Sometimes that's why my viewers will see, sometimes we will just live stream anything and everything that we have because we have the internet.
You have
available.
The capacity.
We have the capacity. But my issue is, this is technology. Sometimes it goes on and off. And Gamtel is not very good when it comes to customer service. You call them before they come to your premises, it takes 2 days. And for people like me, we cannot wait for 2 days. How are you helping customers who you know that these people cannot wait? What are the strategies that the company is putting forward to make sure some of these customers don't wait?
Mustafa,
because I see a lot of this on the internet. Sometimes somebody is doing live stream and people will call, Gamtel dem na. Gamtel dem na. These are the only 2 things people will say.
Let me tell you, I'm not ñene ñoo xamné. Waaw. Dañ ñu yap rek te yalla tax.
Am na lu wara
déglu ma rek Oli. Xam nga lu xew? Waaw. Di nga gis ñene ñoo xamné ñu ngi comment. Bo leen laajee fan la ak naka la ak la seen username duñ la ko wax. Xam nga lu tax amul service bi. Dañoo wax rek te yalla tax. Te ñun ñi wax te yalla tax. Ñun merewuñ leen de. Ñu ngi leen di gërëm because li xew mooy they are bringing in an issue that would make us be on our toes, even though they are not our customers. Because we may not be responding too much on our Facebook page, but to be quite honest, we are sensitive to anything and everything that they say on that page. Because what we will do is, we will go back, look at the issue and try to contact you on Messenger or something else and ask you, why are you not, what is your problem? Can we resolve it? And we see how we can resolve it. I can tell you, I will not deny that customer response time is our issue. In 2016, when we looked at our business and we think that we need to turn around this company, we said first and foremost we need to do research and understand what is the pain that the customers are feeling about our services. And when we did that, we discovered a lot of issues. One, some of them coming to our ADSL, their modems were not up to standard. People went to containers and buy second-hand modems, and the speed that is coming out from the system is not transforming into the router, therefore you will not get the best of service. That is number one. You keep on complaining and you said, Gamtel. And the other thing is that you know that Gamtel is not a new company. Some of our cables are aging. We are spending a lot of money on rehabilitation to ensure that the lines are clean. ADSL works on a very clean line. So that is also another issue affecting the service. We were aware of that. And also we are aware that some customers were not recharging simply because the tariff was high and they cannot afford it. That was how an informed decision was taken to make sure that we make a case to management to make sure that the ADSL was reduced. The current tariff was not the tariff. It was higher, way higher than that. But after the research, when we saw that about 40% of the customers are inactive, we said we want to turn the inactive customers to active. That is how we launched a project, and at the end of the day, we created that first promotion that we have on, was it Christmas? Yeah. To ensure that when you pay 3 months, you pay 6 months, we gave you, 3 months we gave you 20%, and 6 months we give you 30%, and 40% if you take 1 year. And from that campaign, I think we increased our revenue to more than over $3 million by just reducing the tariff and giving people enough discounts to come back. And when they came back, we also realized that customer service is still the challenge. When people talk about customer service have many components, Fatou. From the customer service team, the technical team, every other department within Gamtel is part of the customer service delivery process. When one side of the business, one side of the department is working, whilst the other is not complementing the other, definitely you would not, the customer would not feel the very best of service. So what we have done to make sure that we address these issues, we utilize the internet a lot. We form even groups. We have WhatsApp groups. There is a group called the ADSL response team, where you have all the stakeholders in the forum, and meaning anybody can report any problem from anywhere, and the people who are responsible for repairs or making sure that the service is back are on the forum, and they pick it up immediately. And what we also did is we said communication is very important, because you cannot deliver customer service when some of your staff do not understand what is happening inside, because that's what we call internal communication. The external communication needs to be okay, but the internal communication, if it is not okay, the external communication would not be okay, because you expect your staff to deliver the message to the customers. So what we did about, for example, my department, there is what we call the DCS forum. The entire customer service staff of about 300 or more, everybody is in a forum. Once an issue happens, whether it is good or bad, it is shared in the forum, and it allows the team to brainstorm and create ideas and come out. Because what I saw is that even for me as a director of customer service, I try as much as possible to be very close to my staff. And you can only be close when you share information and they are aware of what is happening. And that forum is helping us. And in this special WhatsApp group, if you look at our business customer, today we have a group that is Gamtel AfriCell. For example, when they have their issues, then their cell site is, their particular service is down that we are providing for them. All they did is just take their mobile phone and said, our service is not, for example, today they will say, our Birkama site is not working, for example. Then the next minute, the transmission engineer is part of the group. I am there, the marketing team is there. And the next group, a transmission engineer will say, we are mobilizing the team, they should be there in the next minute. And in the next hour also, they report back on the same forum to say the job is done. This is what we are doing on customer service. And we have a similar one with QSA. And we have a project we want to launch with TAF on Dalaba, and we have a separate one. Even sometimes we do not communicate, but whatever is necessary, instead of using email, we just use our phones and then talk about what we want to talk about.
So Gamtel is doing all of this. And in fact, you did mention Gamtel is reduced the dark fiber price, right? That is deployed to the GSMs and other ISPs, right?
Yes.
That has been reduced significantly, right?
It was not reduced by us. It was, a stakeholder.
It's a stakeholder.
That was a GIAD with Pura and then they brought it
my
down.
problem is,
and right now,
my problem is the reason why Ken Munuta Gerem Gamtel, Moine, Li mu ngay am. But every single day, see, it's only people like who use data in their homes that are using your services. But the ordinary Gambians, it's a telephone lañ nekk. GSM yi lañu use. Mangi AfriCell, mangi Gamcell, mangi Comium, mangi QCell, right? But we are not feeling the cheapness of the data service because ñom wañu wuñ. ñom wañu wuñ.
So lolu dëgg la. Même buñ wañu wu tamit. You should look at one thing today.
Wow.
Man sumala provider le 10 meg capacity secure.
Wow.
Yow yang fa sa jëkkërang fa, for example, I'm giving an example. Yang fa sa jëkkërang fa, sa doom yang fa, sa mbindaan yang fa, sa yaayang fa, ñeppang fa, sa mamang fa, everybody. Look at how many people are in the household.
Yeah.
And you're paying, for example, let me take the cheapest ADSL being 1,500 a month. ADSL is 1,500. Now, if you are 5, 6, 7, 8, it would cost you nothing.
Yeah, so share.
Compared to if you were to buy scratch cards and use in your mobile. So this is a good substitute to have, wireless in your home, and use it the way you want.
Why don't they
because don't they talk here, tamit, but so gaining. They are in a business. They are in business.
So my point is, the point I'm trying to get to.
They are in business to make.
The point I'm trying to get to.
Profit.
If Gamtel, who is the reason why I guess Gamtel will give these concessions, new one, especially if it has to deal with Pura involved, because as the regulators, the reason why Gamtel di wani because it's in the interest of the Gambian people.
Definitely.
So they lolo amna Gamtel munge sacrifice some of its finances pour provide affordable tariff for GSM operators. Why would not Gambians why would not reflect to ñun ordinary Gambians? Lolo mo tax internet baaxul du liw rek ku wax rek ñu ne la Gamtel la. Because amon na time I remember when I was even in Gamtel, GSM operator will have problem, right? Send message, send customer, we're having problem with Gamtel. They fake sometimes, do they make a Gamtel? So this goes back to Gamtel all the time. If the Gambia government had taken this loan grant on behalf of the Gambian people, the fiber is laid for every Gambian to have a good network. This is loo xam ne la ñëpp appreciate nañ ko waaye ba tey Gambian bi enjoy wut fiber bi de because naka lañ ko enjoy wut suñ cell phone yi am ku ne am na ñoo xam ne am na ñaari cell phone companies are still very expensive when it comes to data. There is no reduction.
Fatou, you are talking about two different things.
No, I'm not.
Definitely.
Because preconditions,
because fiber as a product, fiber as a product is being marketed by Gamtel.
Wow.
But that doesn't mean that the GSM operator, it's not only fiber that makes up their cost.
Yes.
Their business also have different components, and they have to also recover to make sure that their ROI is achieved within the shortest possible time of their business. I am not speaking for them, but as somebody who have, spent a lot of time in the mobile industry, I think it is fair to compare like and like, because for example, if the GSM operator provides you with the service, it's even your mobile, you can do a lot of things. But what I'm trying to explain here is that the fiber that we are providing for you is just for fiber to the homes, and for them, they could use it to backhaul their transport. Yeah. And they can use, even if they can choose not to use fiber and use another means. Radio, microwave is there, and they can use it. Meaning they can do without Gamtel as a company. That is what I want to say.
So
but that's not the case.
I think we'll have to bring the GSMs.
Yeah,
if Gamtel is giving them cheaper
and if Gamtel have said that they have given cheaper prices,
I think we should feel it as a
regulate that, or Gamtel ngeen delluwaat back to ngeen charge leen, because yéen Gamtel soo leen ko seetloo kon yéen wàññi ngeen wàññi bi feeñut si ñun yéen man daal xam nga man sa benn problème laa am. Gamtel kon na feeñ si Gamtel yéen a moom Gamtel. yéen wàññi ngeen na tarif si feeñ si Gamtel li ñuy taw.
non yéen a ngi waxtaanee loo xam ne you see the GSM industry, it is a highly regulated tariff. It is a very straightforward industry. It is something that is being managed by the regulators. So even the tariff that they charge is being determined by the regulator. So in short, I don't think we have much issue with the GSM operator when it comes to tariffing, because it's a regulated tariff. Everybody offers the same thing. The difference is, the value-added services that they would offer to their customer. That is where the differential advantage is. I think when you listen to the general manager of Gamtel, she clearly mentioned that Gamtel needs support. Yeah. We are in a situation at the moment that we need to be supported. How? In terms of financial support. Okay. Because if you look at where the other operators are today, to be quite honest, in GSM business, it's like a small road. I remember when we launched Gamtel in 2001, we had a consultant called Mr. Kader. It was during that time, about few of us were just there because the doors were not open yet for customers. I remember the first day people queue until, you see, I have a knee problem. I got it from the launching of Gamtel. What this gentleman, he was our consultant, because when he came, even he needs to show us how to cut SIM cards to make sure that we do not cut it off. I can tell you, during those first days, people were spoiling their SIM cards because they don't know what it is and how it was operated. He told us that. You see, the GSM business is a very small road. Once you are in front, it is very difficult for somebody else to overtake you. Because it's all about, building, coverage. When you build your coverage, you make sure that you have a good network, your reception is good, you cover the entire country, because it's not about tariff. Everybody charges $3. I don't know what they charge. So you people are not competing in that regard. The competition is about the network, the resilience of the network, the seamless communication. I should be able to move from one cell site to the other, and then even without feeling the handover, because when your network is not fully clustered, you would come from one area and then you're out of network coverage. And I think those days are gone. People want to drive through from Birkama to Banjul without going offline.
Yeah.
And that is very important for the customer. There are issues. You ask yourself, where did I go wrong and why did I find myself here? Yeah. When you analyze the industry, you look at the macro environmental issues, the political issues impact on businesses. Yeah. And everybody stands now and say 22 years of XYZ. And you think it did not affect Gamtel as a company?
No, it did.
Because let me tell you something. You see, technology is very difficult to be business. The technological life cycle is very short. Yep. You will run a project today, bring a technology within a year or two. That technology is
vibrant and what's that?
Yes, it's phased out, yep. And then you have to bring another product to replace that one. Yep. Because if you look at your business portfolio, you have what we call your today's business and your tomorrow's business. Your today's business, you need to make sure that you manage them well, so that when the tomorrow's business, because they were your little ones, your child, and they would overtake to replace the today's business when they get old. But imagine your yesterday's business becomes your today business, and you are not sure of your tomorrow's business. These are the things that affect Gamtel as a company, because they need heavy investment to be able to get to be at par with the competition. Because if, for example, the other networks have, let's say, because all of them, I understand, have 2G, they have 3G, they have 4G. Because the GSM is laid in such a way that even 4G, you will utilize 2G, because the voice aspect of it runs through 2G technology. Yeah. So in that regard, you have to make sure that there is a balance in your technological portfolio, the way your products are. But if you look at Gamtel today, they would have loved to be on 4G. Why not? Why not? We are the pioneers of GSM. Exactly. We are not only the pioneers of GSM, we are the pioneers of mobile cellular network communication. Definitely. We launched analog in 1993. That was 1993. That was when Gamtel gave Gambians to use mobile phones. That time, it was not a necessity but a luxury. Today, the mobile is a necessity and very important for everyone, even my mom at home. Mm-hmm. Without a mobile, I don't see where we would be. Yeah. And these are the things that we understand the sensitivity, and we would not play with that sensitivity of our customers. That's why we always try our best. It's not easy under these circumstances where the resources, the financial resources of our both companies have become a challenge. So it's not easy to meet our customers' expectation in regard to providing them with the best that they have. But alhamdulillah, with Gamtel, we are where we ought to be when it comes to technology. So where we need to be, where we need to work on, and we're still working on, we're not sleeping until when we get it right. It is to ensure that we deliver a very good customer service that people can be proud of, at least to a standard that people can be happy to trust and believe that we should be able to deliver.
Sophie meew la bu sell te neex baax na ci halal ak mag yépp am na calcium, iron, protein ak vitamine yu bari. Sophie full cream powder milk la am na 20 gram, 200 gram ak 400 gram. Ku ko ñam dootu ko bàyyi. Sophie, proudly Gambian.
jaxle dikkal na ma de war a dem Makka te xaw ma fu may demee ji rek.
Hello, Modou.
moo ma ne demal ma GIA léegi nga fayal ma suma ticket màkk bi.
da ngay dem rek.
damay dem di GIA laay demal.
man de kon fa laay demee.
xanaa xamuloo woon foo war a demee.
xaw ma ko woon di.
GIA ñoo ko moom kon foo war a demee.
xanaa GIA rek.
GIA rek nga war a demee sa bos la yaa ko moom. soo ca demee ca nga war a demee boo ca demut ca nga war a demee.
waaye kon de dama la jox nga dem jënd li ma rek.
ayca.
waaye ndey seen dëkkukaay nag.
dëkkuwaay yi dafa baax ba dee gis nga fi ñu dëkkoon daaw. ca Medina danga naan allahu akbar ca xaram ba nga dox ndànk génn sa néeg dox ndànk dem julli. Makka nag kenn waxatu ko ñun ca digg ba da ngay taxaw nii seen lamp yi xaram bi yaa ngi may dégg te nag képp koo xam ne da ngay julli ji rek foo nga jaar suñu boor dem ca xaram ba.
waaw lekkookaay
yow dañuy lekk ba doyal lekk ba suur ñun dañuy lekk ba desal lekk ba génn ci biti di maye.
kuy fay nag fooy fay jee.
Ecobank bu la gën a jegeñ dem fa 100,000 ngay déposit ca Ecobank ñu jox la receipt nga dem ca seen makkaan nga xam ne moo nekk ca bunti airport ba jox leen ko ñu jox la seen receipt wa illa nga dem nag Kairaba ca seen office ba 50 Kairaba Avenue ca buildingu FIG.
asalaamaaleykum
waaw yow béykat ku dem Makka ni da ngay dem Makka.
man du ma fi bàyyi fay naa bu yàgg. fay naa sax Jinta.
Jinta GIA la di GIA ñooy yaatal seen tur rek defal ko ba mu baax def lan Gambia National Travel and Hajj Agency fépp foo xam ne mbirum ticket la rek ñoo ko yore aj geeg ñaaw geeg dem gi yëpp ñoo ko yore.
neexul ba neexul wala ñu xal yoon wi.
ma ne lépp lu jublu ci muri aj rek ñoo koy def.
mooy avion.
waaw seen office ba nga xam ne moo nekk ca seen bunti airport ba seen office bi xam nga nañ ko tabaxee comme plane soo duggee ci biir sax plane bi yëkkati la yóbbu la. GIA nag ñoo national carrière yow itamit nag.
GIA ñoo ko moom.
Finally, the launching of the fiber.
Purposely, we're looking at the 26th of June to do the launching at Coral Beach Hotel, former Sedative. And we are doing this in collaboration with the ministry and our how to call it, the contractor, which is Huawei. We intend to do a big launching. It's not a small launching. We want to invite all the people who mattered in society, the stakeholders, and people who can bring money, people who can help us revive Gamtel. Like these are the ministers, the president, the managing directors, the CEOs, and all these people. We want them to be there, and because these are decision makers in our institutions. You look at some institutions, even private institutions, they pay internet for their senior staffs in their homes. So you look at them, so you want to get that managing director from either a bank or from another institution to come to that hall and see what Gamtel is there to offer. And he can say, I want all my directors, I want all my managers to have internet in their homes. They don't have to be, burning fuel to come to work on Saturdays and so. They can stay in their homes and still do what they need to do when they're in the offices. Yes. So this is why we want to get all these people in that hall, and show them what we have and what we are capable of doing and what we are using to change the business, and the life of the people, the life of the ordinary people. Like, there are times you don't dream of having internet in some areas in this country. Today, you can have internet in those areas. So this is what we are doing on the 26th at Coral Beach Hotel.
Wow, thank you very much, guys. And finally,
I think it reminds me about our project also with the Ministry of Health, providing. I think you did not touch on that. I mentioned.
Yes, I think we
just to show, Gamtel is really touching every area of the business in this country. No one is left out as far as.
I think what we are doing in that area is working with the central government. Like Moise, our own ministry, to make sure we connect all the MDS, ministries, agencies, parastatals, and all these people, to connect them, put them on a ring. At the moment, what we are doing is to connect them to run fiber to those institutions. And we will put them on a ring. They have their capacity. You put them on the ring so that they can communicate. You have the e-judiciary, where people can be here, and people don't have to fly over to Gambia to come and attend courts. They can do it by streaming. They will be there and talking to people in the courts. We want the health. Somebody can here move to Basse, and when he goes, and then
we've already connected 15 of the health,
health
sites. I think that is very important to talk about. Here in the country, our health sector is not something that we are proud of at the moment. And I think with the introduction of having internet connected at the different hospitals and clinics could save lives. Because I remember during our trip when I went to Barcelona on this GSM World Congress, today what they were talking about is all about, how you would use the internet to enhance the life of ordinary citizens. And I think this is where the Gambia government, the ministry and others are poised to take a lead, because the infrastructure is already there. What it takes to get there, we have it, Fatou.
Wow. Thank you very much, Ramu. Thank you very much, Mustafa. Sadio, only for I think you have to be in a program in there.
Thank you very much. And maa ngi seet daal Gamtel daal maa ngi xaar naka la Gamtel daal. Why, thank you very much
for coming, and thank you very much for granting us this interview. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you very much for coming. I think I am excited. I am excited for the fiber, and I'm really enjoying it at less cost. I hope the customer service improves, but otherwise everything else is good. Thank you very much for the service, and we do appreciate it. Good night to you all. See you next week.